Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Friendsim 2. It's been a little while since I've continued this, but saving.
Don't get too excited. We're still not off this rock.
Yeah, basically, we're not quite off of this moon, I believe we were on, and saved our good friend Konya's Luskus. And I'm assuming we're near the end of this particular act because it has been going on for quite some time. Oh god, yeah, no, a couple aliens. Alien Invasion 1 is actually good for practically morale. God, no, I don't. Anyways, let's get right into it, shall we? You know what? It doesn't even matter. You just had about enough near-death experiences for now. You're looking forward to doing something that's a lot more low-key. Maybe spending some time with an old friend who really knows how to just hang out with not getting wrapped up in all the interstellar political conflicts. Just chill vibes all around.
Whatever. Sounds boring as fuck to me, but whatever.
We gotta get going soon. Marsty, you good to flash back to Alternia? Figure we can find a place to hide out while we wait for you to sort out whatever it is you need to get us out for good.
No.
What in the hell do you mean no?
Artsy doesn't respond right away. You can see her glaring at Konya as she clenches and unclenches her fist.
I mean that I'm not coming with you. Even if I wanted to. You think I'd come with you after what she did? I told you. I could have talked them down.
Blood staining the floor.
Go ahead and take the fucking ship. The autopilot will be enough to get you planet-side. But I won't go with you.
Just darn it, Marcy. I want to save everyone. Skyla groans and shrugs, and you realize that you're about to open your mouth and say a very stupid thing. Hey, so you're actually planning to hang out with Marcy for a little bit longer. You're not sure why, but you have a feeling that there's something you gotta take care of here.
Fine. Y'all suit yourselves, because Connell and I are gonna head down and take care of business.
You do that. I'm gonna get my things from the ship and then head out.
Hey, there's something else we need to do. Something I didn't want to talk about before. You know, on account of surveillance and everything.
Skyla narrows her eyes, but she doesn't say anything.
I need to know what's going on with Astasia. I know he's planet-side doing fleet stuff, but I haven't heard from him since...
She frowns, and you get a rare glimpse of her actual feelings. She's genuinely worried. Skyla notices too, and her expression softens.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll figure out where he is and see what we can do. Let's get going.
Skyla turns to you, and this time she smiles. You think back on your first time you met, on the way that you bonded over your shared love of Lasai and not being horribly burned by the Arterian sun. Just got simple times together.
It was never actually that simple. You know that, right?
Yeah, sure, Skyla, but at least we had fun. Oh, yeah, crap, you're gonna get one of those "you've been ignorant to the true nature of the world" speeches, aren't you?
Not really. Just that you never bothered to ask a gal what was really going through her mind. Being a friend's more than just sitting around John, you know?
Yes, I know. You know what? Yeah, you're starting to really get the sense that unending quest to make new friends came at the expense of actually having meaningful relationships with the ones you've already had. Stupid, lousy self-reflection.
It's alright. Y'all aren't bad folk. Just a little bit naive. I appreciate everything you did for us here tonight.
I appreciate you too, Skyla.
Matters a lot. We won't forget it.
You halfway expect her to bring it in for a hug, but instead Skyla nods at you and smiles. Next to her, Konya's face breaks into a grin as well.
Look us up the next time you're around.
Don't worry, Konya. Again, I probably mentioned this in one of the previous videos, but their art styles are so different. It's like clean, crisp coloration and stuff with her, and then Konya looks a little flat, even though it has 3D look. It still feels, I don't know how to put it. It just feels a little flat. Maybe it's just the fact that like the horns and like even though it is a blocky coloration, it just doesn't have the same smoother texture that it has to her friend, so it's like...
Take care of yourself. I ain't gonna give you the everything's different now speech, but you ain't dealing with garden variety Lucis Wranglers anymore.
Yeah, I've been loving everyone's voice actors so far, too. For a moment, you're left alone with your thoughts, and there's something that keeps you coming back and again and again. Did you ever find what you're looking for? What does that mean? What is it that you're looking for? Well, for one thing, you still got a lot of your friends to try and find. Every person you find, you get more and more worried about what will happen to the next one. If only you hadn't gauged things so badly, maybe you could avoid all this. You don't get any more time for quiet self-reflection because Marty shows up again, holding a small bag taken from the ship's emergency.
You ready to go?
Stop her. If you're going to be trapezing around with her on this godforsaken rock satellite moon thing, you need to know at least a little bit for what the specific plan is. Marty's face for a second, but then shrugs.
Figure I'll head out and find out what the source of this transmission is. If it's the rebels, that means there's rebels nearby to babysit the signal. They'd at least give me a ride back to Alternia. Probably.
Unless it's the Empire, in which case they're more likely to just shoot you in the head, right? That seems like it's basically their style. Marty sighs and shrugs again.
Sure. Would have ended up the same way if I'd stuck around sooner or later.
You hate to admit it, but she's absolutely right. So what's the plan now? Off on another grand adventure? Just you and Marty back at it again?
Last time we talked, we visited the dump, and you acted like an ass.
Look, let's talk about that less, okay? The point is, you've got a big adventure to go on.
I mean, not really. We're just checking for a radio source, and hopefully leaving with all of our limbs intact.
Adventure!
Sure. Whatever you say.
Marty is honestly such a mood with the reader. I'm not even joking. Hey, time to bed. I was not expecting a good ending in, 5-7 minutes? Let the dust become us. Yeah, our friends decide to cut their losses. Interesting, Bruce Hawking is mysterious person. Bright artists, background artists, and card artists. Same progress. I'm kind of looking at the gallery, so I don't have, because I'm getting the Salvation. I'm not getting the Revolution endings yet right now. So I'm assuming these things are relating to the Revolution endings right now. So at the end of the day, if I don't manage to get every single end card, I will certainly get them, try and get them at least, because gotta get the Divergent timeline after all. So I believe the total was, there's 13 acts. I have to double check the information on that one, but looks like they became what they behold. Lo-fi earth tunes to chill, Titania is like a super fucking bummer, and brick in the wall, affectionate. Sometimes you're just part of the whole. And it's me, familiar faces everywhere. Why does that give me the vibe that, I mean, obviously, we're making friends with good friend Marty, but I feel like the high blood, God, what was her name? She was the one in Friendsim, the spider-like girl, like the one with 3 right eyes, technically 4 eyes, I think. I don't know, it's just, because we saw her in the bad ending. Wait, what was her name? Andrea. Oh, and she only had 3 eyes. Thought she had 4. Oh, it looks like we're gonna come across Sibira, and Zibidi. Oh, I remember boy. Anyways. Yeah. Marty's journey will continue in Volume 4, what they become. to the next volume. Contains warnings for depicted drug use, depiction and discussion of state institutional violence, depiction and discussion of death, depiction of blood, depiction of torture, and action sequences. Discretion is advised. And before we got more notifications. Watching the fires burn out over the city again. This is the legacy that Empire leaves us. This is what they want. Blessed to be able to provide such a food and clothing for my low-blood work study. Nothing Rusties need more than meaning and purpose in life. And this account has been deactivated by the Order of the Imperial Fleet Command. Why is it not surprised? Because you and Marty walk together in hollow silence. Altania and its 2 moons fill the night sky, oppressively close. Their light paints the false desert in strange colors, and the air around you has an unnatural stillness. The 2 of you must have been walking for hours now. Your little legs struggle to keep up in the shifting sands, and now a burning sensation grows in your chest. A mechanical pace is a reminder of just how long you've gone without saying anything. But what is there to say? Maybe you should apologize. It's not like you're directly responsible, but it's hard to be directly responsible for anything in sufficiently chaotic circumstances. On the other hand, you're almost grateful for the silence. You're still trying to shake the old images out of your mind. You're not even sure that she's mad at you. It's hard to tell just from the back of her head, which is all you've seen of her since setting out on this mission. But if you had to guess, in her shoes, yeah, you would probably be pretty mad at you. Distracting you from the conundrums of camaraderie is the emerging thought that you really have been out here for a long time. Is it just you, or is the air getting hotter?
Relax. We shouldn't be too far now.
Yeah, not too far from potential certain death. Marty seems remarkably calm. You wish you understood her. You're just hoping for rebels, or anybody who won't shoot you or Marty. Actually, you'll take anybody that won't shoot anybody. A large sand dune lies ahead. Piles of it billowing over your feet as the 2 of you climb on the other side.
Well, shit.
Well, shit is right. The signal tower cuts an imposing black shape out of the stars. Even the night sky seems bright by comparison. What is this place? It looks a little, well, theatric.
That's a nice way to say garish as hell.
You weren't meaning to be rude. You weren't meaning to be polite either, but she has a point.
As for what it is, definitely Empire. But that's all I can say for sure. There's a lot going on around here they don't tell us about.
That clears things up by opening to a lot of horrible possibilities. Marty frowns at you, but she's almost always frowning, so that's to say Marty makes her normal facial expression at you. You get how she feels, that this doesn't look good. Where do the 2 of you go from here? An ominous feeling curls in your belly. You feel like a rat in a trap. The sun creeps over closer to the horizon. The 2 of you will fry if you stay put, but if you 2 head towards the building, it's almost certain you'll be spotted and caught. It's a real no-win situation and time's running out. At Marcy's expression, you realize you're not helping. Her bottom lip tucks into her teeth while her eyes trance the horizon. She looks tired.
Didn't your Lucis tell you it's rude to stare?
But you didn't mean to.
It's fine. I'll try following the power lines. Maybe one of them leads to a transformer or a maintenance tunnel.
You're going over to the merits and demerits of the plan when suddenly there's a noise behind you that sounds suspiciously like a hatch opening. Hey! That's because it is a hatch opening. You and Marcy spin around in front of you. Their backs to the brightening skyline. Their back to the brightening skyline appears a stranger in a brown cloak, and they have a shotgun. Both of you immediately put your hands in the air, Marcy taking a few steps back. Now the sweat on your brows from the sheer tension of the impromptu stand-up.
Good instincts. Alright, nobody move. If you cooperate, I won't put a bunch of new holes in your face.
Not the voice I was imagining. Strangely it fits, and I like it.
Probably.
You definitely weren't intending to move. Nope, siree. Marty seemed to feel differently, though. You can see her inching away from the corner of your eye. Come on, think. You can get to the two of you out of this if you just keep it cool. Well... Honestly, I just want to make a bunch of loud noises instead of moves. You had to deal with deadly things around you. It's time you step up and be a hero to distract this weirdo from Marty. You start yelling incoherently and waving your arms like an alien gone mad, which you are, I guess. If nothing else, maybe you should run for it. Maybe you can buy some time. It just feels like getting pushed over at first. Then you're on your back, looking at the sky as it goes dark. Hey, wasn't the sun supposed to be rising? Yeah. Wait. Council, see you now. Hehehe. Purple attacks, that's new. Wait, what were you thinking? Did you just mix shotguns and bear attacks? You decide to stay calm and see how this plays out. That, or you're just too tired from the long hike over here to pull off any action hero maneuvers. Not sure you could run away now if you're tired.
Who sent you, huh? Knew someday they'd figure it out. Wait. Holy shit, it's you! What are you doing here, Lamau?
Just like ever slow off from, but just a little bit off from what I was picturing. It's just like a slightly off-putting. Wait a minute, Sarah? Holy shit, it's them. Suddenly I have so many questions. What are they doing out here in the middle of nowhere? Why are they going to shoot you? Why is this gun so colorful? Why are they dressed like Obi-Wan Kenobi? Sarah smiled.
You should really, not be outside.
You obviously know that. You're about to start telling your newfound old friend about your wild and wacky adventures and the strange circumstance they brought you here when Marcy lunges with a wrench at you had seen her slip out of her
Oh,
bag.
shit.
Silvera falls face first into the dust and sand, kicking up a little plume around their body. Ah, fuck. Well, what the hell, Marcy? Let's talk it over before we watch people, please.
Did you somehow miss the part where they were going to shoot us?
No, but you promised they had good reason for the shotgun threats, probably. Silvera's a friend, almost certainly not an Imperial goon. A very unconscious friend now. At least you hope they're only unconscious. There's a tiny bit of mustard yellow on the jaw of a wrench.
I didn't kill them. Trolls are hardier than that.
You hope she's right. The sun's almost above the horizon now, and you finally notice the hatch that's open a few meters away, lifting off the crest of the sand dune, like a friendly wave.
It's our only shot now. Let's get them down there.
Swallowing your nerves, you help her scoop up Silvera off the ground and carry them awkwardly down the small, cramped structure below. You and Marcy find yourselves in a small access that ends in the ladder in the hatch above. The air is stale and dusty, and the walls have corroded to a sickly yellow green.
This must be one of the utility bunkers. I wonder if it still connects to the water main.
You're a little more worried about the server. They're definitely still breathing, at least. There's only one door leading from the hallway, and it runs into a room alive with sounds of computer fans and humming electronics. You and Marty step inside. And you're suddenly assaulted by a wave of colors and graphics and LEDs imposed on the decrepit metal room like an aggressive photo filter. Overhead, tinted spotlights shine down in pinks and greens that almost wash the yellow dinge out of the walls and furniture. Almost.
What the hell?
As he's a streamer. Marty's expression reads skepticism, but you sense something beneath her surprise. Maybe interests? She notices you noticing.
It's filthy in here.
Right, you almost forgot which troll you were with. For the moment, you didn't question her weird priorities. You and Marty put Silver on the couch. Well, you put Silver on the couch, and Marty starts looking around for something, you guess. Whatever she's looking for, she has to thumb through a lot of trash and empty noodle cups to not find it. You hadn't noticed it at first due to the sheer aesthetic making war on your eyeballs, but Marty is right. Everywhere below deck level, this place is a bit of a dump. While you're judging their living space, Silver returns to wakefulness with a groan.
Ow! Ow, ow, ow!
Ever, you're so glad that they're okay. Again, ever so slight art style is a little off-putting because, like, the details of the hair, like Christmas of the hair, and Christmas of the hairs, like distinct cleanliness of the horns. It's just, and like fewer details on the like obviously they both look great. Same time, it's just like there's enough of a difference to be noticeable. Between your frantic apologies, you swear up and down that the calendar upstairs was a misunderstanding. You have a bunch of other things you want to talk about at once, and it's quite possible you attempt too many of them at the same time for a person with a head injury to keep up with.
She actually hit me with a wrench.
Look at Marty. She gives a shrug and awkwardly looks to the side. Silver grabs a towel from a nearby milk crate to press to their injury.
Listen, I'm not the one that aimed a gun at me. The alien says you're alright, so it won't happen again.
I only did what I had to do. The Empire could find this place any day, so I gotta be on my toes. It's cool though. Never been knocked unconscious before, now.
The craziness, you're forgetting something. Alright, introductions. Marty, this is Server. They're the internet's famous.
Moisture wave? Nah, that stuff's old news. I've moved on to the future of branded curative music streaming. We're in the era of grits pop now, baby.
And by Server's decor, you can't tell what the difference is, but hey, you're probably just out of touch with what the young people are into these days. There's been an intermittent amount of years of time travel involved after all.
What the hell are you talking about?
Don't worry, they say insane shit like that all the time, Lamal. I try to ignore it.
No, I mean, what are you talking about? Music streaming in an abandoned Imperial bunker on a training satellite. What's going on down here?
Okay, I know how it looks, but there's a perfectly satisfying explanation.
Well,
I love their voice.
Okay, I thought about it for a second. It's actually, like, not very satisfying at all. Unless you guys are cool, Lamal.
We're definitely cool, you say? Try us. It's not as if your streak of getting here is any less absurd than theirs could possibly be.
Well, that's a good point. Anyway, on the internet, I'm just your everyday average, moderately famous, humble grits pop curative streamer. What nobody knows is how the rebels smuggled me down here about a sweep ago. You two saw the signal tower out there, right?
Yes, you definitely saw it. It had a certain intense seeability-ness to it.
isn't it dangerous to be so close?
That's the point. I'm jacked into their system right under their noses, piggybacking off their signal and stealing intel for the cause. Sending a message while we send a message, if you get me.
So that relay was you. I get it. The grits pop is a front.
What the hell? Fuck no. The grits pop is the beat pump and soul of my whole entire operation. It's like my whole life's work. Don't insult me like that.
Marty looks unsure. With your keen senses, you detect a distinct lack of friendship happening in this room. That's plainly unacceptable. Here, I'm sure it would improve things to have your two friends be friends with each other. Maybe Server could show you some of their work. If it's good as they say, then generally seeing is believing. Or you guess hearing is believing. Whichever.
Lol, now you're talking. Let me wake up Casper and show you guys the business.
Casper comes to life when Shivera jiggles the mouse in the bright desktop. Covered in distorted troll anime girls greet you with an array of sickly sweet colors and densely layered imagery. Shivera opens a web browser and loads up GrubTube. GrubTube's channel homepage. The thumbnails, titles, and headers all match the wretch of the branding, which is to say that they're loud and infectious as possible. There's so much going on, you have almost no room to think, and considering all the unpleasant things you would otherwise be thinking about today, that isn't so bad.
Alright, let's hear it. Give me your appraisal. What's your take on the new brand?
To take you... Let's see here, so... I like it. It's incredible.
Really? You're not just saying that, right? Not trying to flatter yourself into my good graces and sponge up my grits pop clout.
No, whatever that means. You like it. It's a lot of energy. Like, a lot of energies. In a word, it's energizing.
Heh, I knew you would get it. You and me are like, totally on the same wavelength. I love how down for shit you are all the time. It's so refreshing. Everybody else is always trying too hard to look above it all, you know? Which I guess is my way of saying I missed you. Anyway, glad you can appreciate what I'm doing out here.
So you're a musician?
No, Lamal. I don't produce anymore. I just stream the best stuff and do reviews of new albums and curate playlists.
So you're like a DJ?
No, I don't do remixes or sets. I'm just like a music influencer.
That's a thing.
Yeah. I also cover news, play games, and podcasts sometimes, you know? Keeping up a multifaceted brand is what it takes these days.
And the rebellion is behind this?
Well, yeah. Grits pop is an inherently progressive genre. It's subtle, but the anti-imperialist messaging is there. The Saravites and I, by which I mean the grits pop community, support and connect sympathetic content creators who are critical of the Empire. Normalize insurrection through memes. Shit like that. Take a look for yourself.
You and Marty follow their lead, standing shoulder to shoulder to look at their most recent videos. Between the streams and the vlogs, it's mostly growing reviews of already famous mid-blood musicians and podcasters. You recognize a couple of big names from
I
Chile.
don't get it. You look like any other channel on GrubTube.
Duh, obviously. We're playing the long game here. You see, if you want to influence people, you want to make them feel comfortable first. Not everybody's ready to jump into something like Revolution right away. You gotta win them over. Like the right things and wear the right clothes. They gotta want to be you. Nobody wants to be some weak and bitter loser that got fucked over by the Empire, even though that's what we all are. So you gotta be cool first. You gotta be relatable yet unobtainable at the same time.
Why does that just describe YouTubers and actors and other famous people as a whole?
Then they'll listen to whatever you tell them.
And Marty just backs up.
That's the power of the aesthetic.
So for us, it's down in the colorful gamer chair, swiveling it to the face you. The dramatic effect is a little undercut by how their foot topples an empty water bottle.
But enough about me. How did you guys even get here? And what's up with you? I haven't seen you for like sweeps. Now you show up out of nowhere in my super illegal space hideout? What gives?
Well, that's a good question. Marty moves us down the couch while we jump into a complete recollection of your adventure so far. It's not until you actually have to describe it to someone that the scope of what you've been getting yourself into starts to dawn on you. Cervera and Marty listen with gradually widening eyes. You tell them about the tense courtroom drama, the mysterious airlock murder, unraveling the secrets of a friend's ancestor. Sensitive information redacted, of course. Your daring heist of the Luskus training program, and then you stop for a moment before you tell Sever about what happened with the control tower. At the corner of your eye, you see Marty flinch. Your stomach turns and
That was you guys? The signal towers and Chitta have been lit the fuck up since last night. It's a real mess. And it all happened right under an officer's nose. So the Empire's royally pissed. Or like, imperially pissed or whatever the map.
It's not funny. A lot of people I knew are dead. None of us liked the Empire.
Sorry. I've seen a lot of people get hurt. Rebellion's dangerous. You laugh or you cry, you know?
I'm not in the rebellion.
You sure about that? Because you certainly are a fugitive hiding from the Empire with an alien in a rebel hideout.
Circumstantial. I'm just trying to help somebody. That's all.
That's cool. Not really any of my business whether you're rebellion or not. As long as you're not about to betray me to the imps.
Definitely not. No friend of the Empire here. You just need a place for a crash for the day. Make a plan for whatever comes next, I guess. Severa gestures grandly to the entirety of the small square room.
My hive is your hive. Make yourselves at home.
Thanks.
Sarava, was it?
Sarava. I thought it was Sarava.
Hermod. Sarava Hermod.
Marsti Hutek.
Hultek, okay.
So, are you going to tell people about what happened on your podcast?
God, no, are you kidding me? I can't cover that, it's way too hot. Shit like this is pure brand kryptonite. I'll get mega cancelled no matter what I fucking say.
What's the big deal? Everyone already knows about it, you said so yourself.
Yeah, but the Empire's already set the spin. As far as they're concerned, the rebels just killed a bunch of random unsuspecting trolls with no warning or provocation.
Excuse me? What's the problem with that? It's what really happened.
I know how it sounds, alright? But the revolution has enough working against it as it is. Morale is hard enough to come by without making people confront this shit.
So they just get away with it. Just because you're fighting the Empire, you can do whatever you want?
Who the fuck said that? I'm not a fan of it, alright? But it's war. And shit happens. Innocent people dying was always on the table. I'd have to be super fucking naive not to have known that.
I find it really obnoxious that you're explaining death to me.
Wow, things are getting a little more adversarial in here. You try and tell Martine that Sivra didn't mean it like that.
You don't get to tell me anything. You're not even from here.
Ouch. Sivra shrugs.
It's one thing to have my own opinion, okay? It's another thing to explain it to a chat full of bloodthirsty Numas who want easy answers. They can't accept that being the good guys won't always mean being the good guys.
Then who holds you accountable? What makes your revolution any different when it's always people like me that die first? While you sit in your fucking bunker and play video games and suck up to rich people.
Hey now.
No, this is bullshit. It's disgusting you think you're accomplishing anything down here.
Marcy's not wrong, at least compared to the real world.
We all have problems. Don't take your shit out on me.
Marcy stands there, eyes red and breath heavy. In a sudden lurch, she topples one of the emptier desks next to Server's setup. Both jump. Trash and treasures alike go scattering to the floor, as she leaves it into the access hall to get some space. Well, that happens. Severa sits, looking at the objects strewn around the ground. You'd rush to help clean up, but you're having trouble discerning what was supposed to be on the floor in the first place. It's a lot like how your day is going, just a bunch of shit you thought mattered, jumbled with garbage in the bunker floor of life. You stop introspecting long enough to apologize to the server for the desk, though you're hesitant to criticize Marcy's feelings. She's been through a lot. Explain to them. Please don't be mad at her.
It's no biggie, seriously.
With that, too. Oh. The email head energy gang turned up concussion that I was gone. Thought I was gonna die for a second. And then unapologetic swag. Who the heck is the unapologetic swag? Interesting. It's no biggie, seriously.
I hear worse from my followers, like, every day of my life.
Wow. You thank Zora for being understanding, but you also doubt any of their friends would return their furniture or hit them over the head with a wrench.
You have a point, lol. But trust me, shit is brutal. You don't know what it's like out there, being the planet's third most popular Gritspop streamer, moderating a Discord with literally dozens of people in it, live streams with like 20 to 30 regulars. Sometimes I wonder if it's all worth it, you know?
Things that go through. Is 30 a lot? Zora makes a face at you.
It's not about the numbers, it's about the vibes. Let me tell you, the vibes are bordering apocalyptic. You can't imagine the scrutiny I'm under with nearly 7,000 followers on Twitter. But you know what they say, the crown is heavy.
Heavy is the head. Heavy is the heart that wears the crown. But crown actually sounds fine, featherweight even compared to, well, yesterday for Marcy. It's entirely possible your recent experiences have raised a bar for heavy.
That's alright. People just don't get why this stuff is a big deal to me. I'm used to it.
That's not exactly what you meant, but you have a feeling that Severa just isn't hearing you. Whatever, it's not really important that you get every single troll you meet completely on board with your conflicted and admittedly nascent worldview. It's important to take people as they are. After all, you did just sort of arrive unexpectedly in their house, bunker, room.
Oh shit, where are my manners? Let me give you the grand tour.
Server stands perfectly still for a few unbroken seconds.
So this is basically it. In this corner I do all my streaming and editing and eating. Most of the stuff I do, actually. In this corner I sleep, and in that corner is where I battle my crippling self-doubt.
What a mood. Interesting. You take a moment to seriously appraise the mental breakdown corner. It looks like a good place as any. You might make use of the facilities later if it's no trouble.
Knock yourself out, Lamel. Not literally, please.
What about the fourth corner?
We don't speak of what happens in the fourth corner.
Oh, it's fourth wall.
But yeah, that's the place I've been spending the last week.
The fourth wall.
Hive, sweet hive.
That's right, they said they came here a sleep ago. Jeez, without ever going outside or seeing another troll.
Yep. You and that musty lady are my first visitors, like, ever. Technically, you shouldn't even be here, Mal. It's, like, super hazardous to your health.
Oh, that sounds horribly lonely and depressing and sad.
To be honest, it's basically the same as I was living before. So, yeah, Mal. But it beats a culling clock. Besides, what were my options? Even if I'm stuck streaming planetside to a bunch of voracious pre-malts, I gotta keep doing what I love. Instead of getting shipped off to some crappy gold-blood gig in the fleet.
Gold blood feeds are just pretty bad.
So, I can't complain.
You'd argue that they absolutely could complain, but they just shrug their shoulders, and you really don't like to disagree or judge. Well, it's like Marcy said, you're not even from here. Not only that, but you haven't been here for sweeps. You missed out on so much, clearly. You have so many questions, you don't really know where to begin.
You really did just, like, disappear. But shoot, ask whatever you want. I'm an open glyphrium.
Let's see. So how did they get involved with the rebels?
Kinda hard to believe, isn't it? For a long time, I didn't want to take any more risks. But then something funny happened. There was this regular in my stream who seemed pretty chill. I looked up his profile and he and I got to talking. Normally I wouldn't have done something like that, especially not high blood. But I don't know. He had a good vibe.
This is a good
Give me some
friend.
solid favors.
What's his name? Good friend of Malik.
He had all these ideas about resisting the Empire, hacking into drones, really causing some ruckus. Said he had this friend who showed up and inspired him. I was like, no shit, you too?
Wait, do they mean?
Yep. Recognize the sign on your hoodie.
Malik, you always have to get more backstory on your hacker friend. It looks like you really managed to keep some traction on this whole revolution thing.
So, yeah, one thing led to another. Now I'm running transmissions for some crew of like-minded renegades I've barely even met. But we're tight as hell. Guess we both got you to thank. You kinda seriously changed my life, to be honest.
About the relay? You asked a little bit more about the relay that Marcy picked up. Is that sort of thing you've been doing out here?
You bet. That last list was a big group of trolls the Empire disappeared recently. Some jobs, they pull you off your socials and nobody knows if you lived or died. Basically, those are who's left after we confirmed alivance on the others. Sent it out to see if any folks know where they are.
Well, the rebels haven't found anyone on the list.
Exactly.
Could Sivara penetrate any deep into the Empire system, maybe? Try and get more info?
What's with the stereotypes, Foul? I'm not a hacker. I just run the comms.
Sorry, you meant you could the rebels have found anything more.
Sorry, pal. That's all we got.
What's with the new look?
Things change with the times, my dude. You gotta ride the wave or get swept under.
Well, yeah, you get that, but they used to say the influence were the ones who set the trends.
What's wrong with my clothes? You think I wouldn't dress like this if it wasn't to do numbers on TikTok? Can't believe you really think I'm that shallow. Rude, TBH.
Fuck, no, you didn't mean it that way. You just never accuse your dear friend Sivra of doing inauthentic things online to get a reaction out of people. Perish the thoughts.
Foul, you got so much more bitchy over the years. But it's cool. I think it suits you, kinda. Gives you an edge.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna go with thanks. Bye, Grits Pop.
Like I said, Moisture Wave's dead. Long live Moisture Wave.
Yeah, but why Grits Pop specifically? Asking what server likes about
It's
it.
like scratching an itch in your pan. The chaos really embodies how it feels, you know?
What feels?
The mal. Everything.
For a moment, Sivra looks suddenly
Hey,
serious.
so while we're talking, I mean, I don't want to get into your business or anything, but let's talk about your friend for a sec.
Marty, respectfully, you hope this isn't some sort of brand lecture or advice or about internet popularity.
What? No, I'm not 7 anymore. Give me some credit. Is she, like, alright, Lamau?
Marty, you hope so. That's what you were worried about. You can't seem to get your mind off it.
Keep your voice down. I mean, like, is she keeping it together?
Keeping it together? Yes, she was pretty angry.
She fucking snapped, Lamau. It happens. All trolls get like that sometimes, not just high bloods. It's just that the lower castes like us aren't encouraged to throw our weight around. And high bloods are stereotyped as always going off their shit. And you know what they say? Life mimics art.
Really wouldn't know what they say, because that's part of the whole problem.
So, like, at the risk of coming off as, like, nosy as fuck, she's clearly running herself ragged. Coming out here in the first place was already desperate and stupid, so, like, what the fuck is up with that?
In retrospect, you agree, but you try to explain Marty's just like that. There's nothing you can do once she's made up her mind.
That's obnoxious. Real inconsiderate to her friend she's lugging around. Maybe she should, like, cut that out. Or get a Moirail or something. Lamau.
Oh, are they suggesting?
Oh, no, not me. I couldn't Moirail a hive plant, Lamau. Just speaking generally.
Wow, no idea where to even start on that front. I don't think Marty has any quadrants. You're not even sure she has a lot of friends, and the opportunities right now are a little slim. Not to mention she seems a little preoccupied. On top of that, wouldn't even say you and Marty are super duper friendly right now, or before, or ever. You're more like a stupid acquaintance who's attached yourself to her side. You totally lack the rapport to give her that kind of counsel. You remember how well that went the first time you met her? Not very. Sivra shrugs.
Just take it as, like, friendly advice. Or forget I said anything, Lamau. That's probably even better.
Hey, sure, you add that to the pile of things you're trying to forget. With any luck, you'll forget about the daunting size of the pile first.
Sick. How about you and I cook up some magic while we're waiting for your friend to calm down?
Cook? Magic? You're pretty hungry, and right now you're pretty certain you've or had an inexplicable fondness for wizards. They can count you in.
Sick. I mean, I don't know about wizards. Best I can offer is some cut ramen and MREs. But I think you and I could whip up some really slick imagery. How about you help me make the thumbnail for my next video?
Really? That's a lot of responsibility. It's a life works we're talking about.
I've only got one rule. Don't work with a head injury. Come on at Alien Invasion of 1. You're my only hope.
Haha, Star Wars fun. Not to let your friend down, you were rolling up your sleeves. Let's make the grittiest, poppiest thumbnail the world's ever seen. Holy shit, that's the full fucking lot. Like, this is... Server shrugs and laughs, and you get the sort of the whole point here, but still, a lot. I'm gonna save here, and with that, I'm honestly gonna end this episode here. I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path, forever might lead you into the future. Bye bye, everybody.